talk. You're just as bad as my client. You want to cite the Constitution to a lawyer, that's great.
Reason.
You know, that's just silly.
You said corporate, so.
Hey, after you.
I'm guessing talking about this guy right here.
Oh, you after me?
Yeah, I think somebody talking about filming. What's going on with
Yeah, I'm recording everything I can see. I was just in the public defender's office.
Okay.
He violated my statutory right. He would not take my public records request. He says I have to put it in writing. I said, sir, what if I was a homeless person and I couldn't even get somebody within 10 feet of me to write something down that I couldn't write down?
Yeah.
So I'm not allowed public records in Georgia? That's not true.
Oh.
Public defender, public pretender.
Oh, okay.
And what's your name, Corporal?
Oh, Caldwell.
Corporal Caldwell.
I guess they call him out you. They said some lady
Yeah.
talking about you filming or something.
Yeah, and I told the code enforcement up there what I wanted, and after I conducted the audit, I let them know it was an audit.
Yeah.
And I'm letting you know, because you're being very professional,
Right.
There's an audit. I let stars shine
Okay.
and snowflakes melt.
What's the audit for? What is it for?
It's a First Amendment audit, just making sure that, is your BWC activated?
Oh, yeah.
And yours as well?
My body cam?
Yeah.
I'm on a call.
Cool. And what's your name?
I'm Sean.
Arnold, and what's your badge number, please?
276.
276. Perfect. You guys are awesome.
Okay. Well, I'm going to speak to Crystal to see what's going on and see how we can just...
I was on my way out, as you saw, but
Oh, okay.
we don't break the law. We're going to be all over this city all day long. We're going to be doing this in every government building that we can find. So these are my colleagues. Hey, guys.
Man, it's not out here.
All right, we're going to talk to Crystal to see what's going on. And
Yeah, sure. We'll see you on the next one.
all right.
And again, we're not going to break the law. So if you could help us and let them know, hey, this is perfectly legal. What they're doing is
Who called you guys?
Crystal.
Public defender?
I don't know. So that's what we're trying to locate. Just see what's going on.
Yeah. It's kind of
Yeah.
funny.
Maybe it was the ladies in the UGA.
Yeah. I don't know if that door hit you on the way out, but or in the way in.
Let's follow them, see what they do.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
that's her.
Ooh, you're Crystal. You said something about corporate? I guess we should go around and ask them for Crystal.
Yeah, this is a public defender's office. It might be in here.
There's a UGA office down there too.
Rather than having a UTI.
An extension. I need to have them come do some soil samples in my lawn. See if I could grow some. Hi.
They're back with an officer. Andy's videoing. Just a moment, I'm getting Mr. Kraft for
As is our right, the law says you cannot stop us. Look at these public pretenders. There's a reason people don't like it, and it's because they're hiding something. And I asked them how many cases they pled out last year. And that's what they don't want to answer. How many times they quit on We the People.
Okay. So what? I mean, like, what's?
The main purpose? Why is a real reason?
Yeah.
Well, you guys sometimes, bad cops, not you personally, but bad cops will make a false arrest half hour before shift change just to sit around and wait for the DA and collect some overtime. This guy makes a plea deal on that case when he should have freed or defended the guy.
Okay.
You know, so we're trying to find out how many times he quit.
Okay, and
I also had another question.
so if he didn't want to answer your questions, then what?
That's a violation of my statutory right to public record.
record request. He doesn't have no choice but to answer.
72 hours in Georgia to fulfill it too.
That's the law.
Yep. He says it has to be in writing. He's mistaken. I covered that last year in DeKalb County.
He's not a good defense attorney. And he's
No,
probably
he
the
said-
police officers. That's why he called him to get you arrested and to defend you and make the money off of that.
Yeah, well, it would actually go to special counsel. I dealt with that last year.
Sounds like-
And he said, you're just as bad as some of my clients.
Let me talk. You're just as bad as my client. Let me talk. You're just as bad as my client.
He said that. I got him on record saying that.
Because you ask a question and start talking over me when I try and answer your question. You're rude. You're trying to make a point, playing your little First Amendment auditor things. If you come in politely and ask for things, I'd be happy to try and help you.
That's what we
Now,
do.
there
I
is a
did.
process to obtain the information. Interrupting while I'm talking. There is a process to obtain the information you want. You file a written open records request with our office. We forward it to the council in Atlanta, and they provide the information requested. It's just that simple.
Nope.
What about for people that don't know how to write or can't write, they're illiterate?
And I can't hear, I've said this 3 times.
You just heard me interrupt
I'm
you.
hard of hearing. I lip read most of the time. You're wearing a mask, so you're going to have to really speak up.
Are you fit for this job? Can you take a record request?
I'm sorry?
Can you take?
I guess
record?
not.
He
So-
said, "Can you take a record?"
This is what we're looking
Provide
for,
me a
sir.
written records
We're looking for
request,
civil
and I'll be
rights
happy to
violations.
take
It
it.
doesn't have to be written.
Yeah, what happens if I
That's,
can't write?
that's it. We're done.
We're looking for public servants who do not obey the law.
So he's saying the process is you have to do a written. What is
Yeah,
it?
and he's
All you
incorrect.
got to do is put in what he wants in writing and where it needs to be sent to. And
You need to
our
write it.
Legal counsel has 3 days to respond.
72 hours.
Okay.
He has to write it down, so he can't say he
No,
didn't read my
and
writing, or if I can't write. And just by request, anyone can come in and request the records. And the person who is the custodian of the records or agent of that custodian of the records can write it down and send it back within 3 days. You need to look up the law again, learn the law.
Okay. Well, I mean, if what you're saying is true,
It is.
How about you talk to me? I'll do a report, and I'll look into it. Okay.
Please, thank you for.
And that way we can resolve the issue now. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
Because you asked him, he telling you how to do it, and y'all said no, that's
He,
not how you
he
do it.
almost did it, and his ego jumped in the way and stopped writing. And was like, you know what? I'm not going to write it for you.
Right.
I was going to give you my.
I was
Don't talk
writing
over me.
the
You don't want me to talk over you. Don't talk over me. I wanted him to just write down my email address and tell me how many cases he pled out last year. I also want to add another question. How many cases switched attorneys mid-case last year? Those 2 questions at rightscrispy@gmail.com. Rights, like know your rights. Crispy, CRISPY, @gmail.com. That's it.
Okay, so if what you saying is true, this is what I can do for you. I do a report for you. I write everything down, say what you said, what he said. That way you can file a formal complaint, whatever the process is for that.
Do I have to surrender my 4th Amendment right to be on the report and give you my ID?
Do you what?
Do I have to surrender my 4th Amendment right and identify myself to be on that report?
I mean, if you want to make a report for you, you gotta put your name and stuff in the report.
Well, I just want my email address. It's a reason why I made that email address. If you could, no?
I mean, to make a
For us to do
report.
a report, we need to say who's doing the report.
Well, I don't want to be on the report. I want to remain anonymous, as is my
We don't want a
right.
report. We just want a
Anonymous
record
people can't
request.
make reports.
So
Okay,
that's the
so-
inadvertent way
so
to
I don't wanna make a
identify
report
someone
then.
making a report.
Okay.
I still want my records, though. And if by writing a report is the only way, you're putting extra unreasonable conditions on my records request, which is also a violation of the law.
And all those issues will be resolved in a courtroom. If they want to file a complaint.
That's right.
If they haven't received the information they've requested, they're more than welcome to do that. And
And the
our
Bar
general
Association.
counsel will
Yeah, I'm gonna do the
respond.
bar.
If they provide a written request for what they want, our general counsel will respond.
He can make his request orally, he has done so.
Okay.
If we don't comply, he doesn't have much recourse if it's not in writing.
It's just that easy.
Have you ever had a Bar Association audit? It's
Have
had an audit from the Bar Association.
I ever had a what from the Bar Association?
A complaint to the bar.
Oh, yes.
So how can we resolve the issue right
Just take down my info and give me the records I want in 3 days.
I can't give you anything.
Okay.
now? Well, he said he can't do it.
He can. He just won't.
Okay.
He's in violation of the law. So we just found another failure. Tighten up, folks. I mean, we're going to do this all day. Please comply. Stop resisting.
We're done.
But if
Alright, go home. Get
if
back
they
to work.
if they
You're
want,
dismissed.
but I gotta let you know though, if they want y'all to leave here, you have to leave. If he wants you to leave.
Oh, well, if I want to enjoy the air conditioning I pay for, I could stay here as long as I want and see how they treat people here for the rest of the day. If I sit down there quietly, I don't obstruct.
I
I'm
don't
not.
mind you sitting quietly.
I don't behave disorderly. Time, place, and manner are my restrictions. Time within working hours all day long. Place publicly accessible. Manner not disrupting. So you can't ask me to leave if I haven't committed a crime.
Having a video camera in a waiting area where people accused of crimes coming to talk to their attorneys is
They have-
disruptive.
They have
No,
body
it's not.
cameras all over them. They record all day long.
Publicly accessible
Area
area.
cameras
Go back to
different.
work. Get back to work. Get back
And
to
they
work.
don't turn their
Yeah.
body cams on when they come
You're
into
making-
my office.
you're
to
making
talk
stuff
to
up
my
now, sir.
clients.
We don't have attorney-client
You're
privilege.
going on a
in
fishing
public
expedition,
body.
sir.
So your issue. Okay.
You're dismissed.
So your issue is that he won't provide you with
Yep.
your.
Tell us how many times he quit last year.
How many times you quit?
When he didn't want to defend the public. When he just said, just take the plea deal. Kid gets pulled over for not coming to a complete stop at a stop sign, right? The undercover drug detective sees that he's recording him from a parking lot, and he runs up on him and says, "Hey, let me see your ID." He's like, "Why?" "Oh, because you didn't come to a complete stop at that stop sign." Kid was on his bicycle, and he didn't come to a complete stop. It was a bogus arrest.
Okay.
So he has 2 jobs. House.
Right.
He gets offered 90 days first, then 30 days, and if he takes it, that kid becomes a homeless person. You create homeless people. We're trying to fix the problem. Getting rid of quitters like that, burnouts like that. You're just as bad as some of my clients. That guy does not belong in the public defender's office. This is exactly why we do this. We get rid of bad cops to make your job safer, get rid of bad lawyers who are working in antitrust, who are taking bribes probably from pedophiles to keep their name clean so they don't have to register. That happens. I'm sure you've seen it in your whatever, how many years, if you haven't done it yourself. I don't want to cast any false aspersions though, so.
So what's next?
Just look up the public record laws. That's what I recommend you do.
It's a surprise, Caldwell.
For people that fail to do it,
Right.
would you ever arrest a defense attorney?
Will I ever arrest a defense attorney?
Yes.
I would put like that. I would do my job.
He doesn't do his job. You know what he said when I first got in here? I'll share it with you in just a little bit when he's out of the room.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
You're called what?
Yeah, I'm calling.
And your name is, sir? Arnold. Arnold. Arnold.
Having a seat here so he understands that they didn't put us out. Now he's back because he registered that. He's so mad. This guy isn't wearing a mask. He's walking around the public.
These masks are the bane of my existence.
He says they're the bane of his existence, quote unquote. Oh, he's saying we're disrupting business. You guys have an interview room in your police lobby, don't you? Neither are we.
I'm guessing you heard.
Yeah, he's trying to criminalize a First Amendment protected activity, and you can't do that.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I don't know if there is or not. Just gonna be honest.
Smith versus City of Cumming, case law.
The point about, even though it's a public building, being disruptive, that's something that we need to look into before, obviously, we're going to tell anybody what they have to do.
Right, right.
And so that's something that we're going to have to look into in a second, get with a supervisor. But
The mere presence of a camera is not to be considered disruptive. That's what he's trying to claim, and that's where Smith versus City of Cumming, that's an 11th Circuit Federal Court of Appeals decision, has already stated that we as citizens have the right to go in and record our public officials on the government dime for matters of public interest. And you cannot criminalize a constitutionally protected act in doing that to stop people from transparency.
and like I said, that's something we're going to be looking into here.
Right, right.
Because we're not going to...
Thank you for your professionalism. I know you don't like this. A lot of people don't like this. I don't like this. I want to be home with my family. But I want my kids to grow up without having to rely on that guy if they need a public defender, you know?
Like, I'm not going to tell anybody what their interests or passions should be.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, if this is something that you're really passionate about, I see why you're here doing what you're doing. And my job's not to decide whose opinion should be what.
Right.
My job is just to make sure that no laws are broken.
Enforce the law, not feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
He wanted feelings enforcement officers. Told me he has to call another number for that.
That's not really what we're in the business of.
Exactly. I'm following you. I don't want to cause any more
You didn't know about it? It's legal.
angst. Not a disruption, but I don't want to cause any more angst. Oh, here we go. No Rice Krispies. Nope.
To be fair, DUI is not a small level offense.
It's a misdemeanor, right? I think that's
Yeah,
what it
but
is.
it's a dangerous one. It kills people.
Absolutely, yeah, sure. But trespasses,
So I have no issue with DUIs being expensive. If anything, they should be more expensive.
DUI is
So
just a
people stop doing
misdemeanor?
Yeah, it's like if you have 3, then it's a felony after that.
that. Yeah, there's certain
Wow.
levels and caveats.
But what
that
I was
come with it.
what I was getting at, not the severity of the crimes. I'm just saying they're misdemeanors. No matter what it is, I was working my way down. If
Yeah,
it's
no.
$5,000, guilty or not.
Yeah, I'm just saying if we.
You're
only
safe, man. We're not bad
classify
guys.
as- Yeah, no, I'm not saying that.
Deputy, really?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
Trespasses, misdemeanor. $5,000 guilty or not. Retail theft of a Skittles bar, $5,000 guilty or not. That's how much those. As you take it down, that's rather than diversion and treatment and stuff like that. But no, it's there is warrants for arrests. I mean, no, there is a warrant for an arrest, not you issued a warrant like that. There's reasons. There's good reasons for
Yeah, that's what
arrest.
you're saying.
But what I was getting at with this guy's just out of control here.
Yeah, he's a burnout. He's been doing this way too long, and that's why we do this, is to shine a light on that guy, and the people in charge will make sure that he retires, as he should. They're not gonna fire him. We're not trying to get anybody fired, but come on, man.
Oh no.
I mean, we can teach you some stuff.
Nah,
wish I had
trust
time.
me. I wish I had time to learn. I love learning.
You have crime to fight, right,
Here's what
Corporal?
we'll do.
Let's get out of
I'll
here.
give you my channel. They'll probably give you his if you want.
Yeah.
What's the channel? I go look at you. I see what you're talking about.
James Madison.
I like to learn new things.
I'm reaching in my pocket for my press
So I
credentials.
do, yeah, James Madison. It's yes, James Space Madison Space Audits.
YouTube.
Hello.
Sorry, a lot of people think that we go out here and bait stuff. I just walk in the camera and ask questions. That's it. You know how many times this thing's got me handcuffed?
Probably too many times.
Thank you, sir. All right, sir. You the chief?
Can I help you?
Yeah, are you the chief?
Nope.
Lieutenant?
Nope.
Major?
Yep.
Right on.
What's going on?
What's your name, Major?
What are y'all doing?
Or conducting a civil rights audit. Don't commit any violations. Just need.
Okay.
What's your name, Major?
Are you on their property?
This is our property, sir. What's your name, Major? Please, can you identify yourself?
Yeah, Major J.D. Hawk.
Major J.D. Hogg? Is that what you said? Hawk, I'm sorry.
We talked to him. There's something about public records. They were talking about public records.
Yeah.
And the guy was telling him he needed to do a certain way. And he was like, "Nah, I looked it up."
Yeah, we know the law.
You know, so
We're not breaking it, so don't worry. We're not going to break it all day today.
Okay,
hopefully
have a
we
good
came-
day.
hopefully
You too.
we came into a good solution.
Yeah, we got a.
So y'all know how to get your open records now?
We put him in verbally. He needs to take it. He violated our statutory rights. That's the way it works.
That's between you and them.
Yeah, no, it's between us
Civil
and...
matter, it's not a...
It's not a civil matter. It's actually a criminal statute.
Yep.
Okay, guys, we're trying to help.
You're not, but if I say it's a criminal statute, then you're like, no, it's not, or it isn't.
They have a process you have to go through.
We
That's
did it.
it. Okay.
I
They
did
failed to
it...
do it. Therefore, once you do that, there is
Okay.
a line in the sand that says any record holder that prohibits. Any
That's
record-
them.
No, it's you. You're a law
No.
enforcement officer.
It'll go through their process with the city attorney.
You should be the one that does the signing of the charges.
Sir,
Hey,
There he
Major.
is. He's the wrong guy, right
Hey,
there.
Major.
Go 10-8.
Hey, Major. I did this last year in DeKalb County.
okay, that's fine.
Triple checked everything before I came back.
Okay.
They're out of compliance.
Okay, you're gonna have to talk to the city attorney. He's the one who tells them how to do it. It's
Okay.
not us.
All right.
Have a good day.
I'm not asking you. I'm just letting you know.
I know. Hey.
Fun and for free education.
That's fine.
Right on.
There's a process. We do it over there too.
Listen, Major, the day I don't learn something is the day I quit. So,
Exactly.
you know? So if you're wrong about something, you should be happy.
Yep. All right. Talk at you later. Y'all be good.
All right, we are.
So, had that there. He said, I said, my week.
Okay, I'll listen to my Yeah, I'm sorry.
He has credentials right there. It's on his neck.
Yeah, I showed him already.
So anyway, he did that.
I try to make it as silly as the request.
Individuals also had called us in reference to were also pretending to be news media. They didn't have any credentials.
Yes, we do.
All right, guys. Hey, don't laugh.
Listen, here are my press credentials.
Service here?
I have no issues with whether or not you're credentialed.
Right. But
Doesn't matter to me.
I like to show this off because I put work into it. I wrote it in gold. It says press pass.
There's no state issue.
Yeah. You see the image on the back there?
He works for Bang Media, so anyway,
No, this is Incorporated Bolt Action News Group.
it's an incorporated business.
But I try to make the pass as silly as the request because you know who issues press credentials? Pyongyang in North Korea. Here,
I don't know
anybody in the
nothing about
United
that
States
Pyongyang. I don't know who-
can exercise their freedom of the press. It's our first law for a reason.
Right.
You know? If you have the means to disseminate matters of public interest to the public, you are press.
Un momento. ¿Cómo
Sí.
se dice?
Oh my God. I gotta edit that part out for my Spanish speakers.
Let's see. All right, guys. Anyway,
All right, honor your oath, guys. You did a great
go back
job.
and ask, what's his name? The captain? No.
Major.
Major. Hey, what
Major
was it like
Hawk.
getting told to go 10-8.
Major John D. Hawk. You too, on your oath.
That was the longest public defender. Are you posting that video today?